Hey everyone, it is Monday, February 14th. The time is 5:11 p.m. and the temperature right now is around minus 10 degrees Celsius. And you might be wondering what I'm doing standing next to a creek on a video that's supposed to be a walk around a subway station. And the reason for that is Warden Station is just up that way. I just have to hike up this rather difficult to walk on frozen snow and make my way up to the intersection of St. Clair Avenue East and Warden Avenue. And that's where we'll find Warden Station. And this here is the Taylor Massey Creek. And this trail is known as the Gus Harris Trail. And just to the southwest of here is Victoria Park Station, and that's where I started, and I recorded a walk from there along the Gus Harris Trail, and I thought I'd never really been to Warden Station before. I had passed through it, but I have no memory of ever getting on or off and taking a look around the station. It's also been quite a while since I've done a transit-oriented video. And I kind of thought this might be a neat spot to start this one from. So I'll be heading on up to street level there and trying to find my way into the station. And we'll take a look around. And I'm pretty sure it's above ground the whole way between here and Victoria Park Station, so maybe I can even hop on the train and get a view out the window, and we could ride south one stop to Victoria Park. And I could just take those stairs up, but I went up that way in the video I just recorded, so let's go this way. And we are in the former city of Scarborough. Although in the late 90s it was amalgamated into the city of Toronto. And Gus Harris was actually a former mayor of Scarborough. And this is St. Clair Avenue East. There goes a subway train off in the distance. There's a westbound train crossing an eastbound train. And even though this is St. Clair Avenue, you could not take this continually over to Yonge Street and then where it becomes St. Clair Avenue West. It does get interrupted as there is a ravine that passes through. So I'm going to cross over Warden Avenue here. And welcome to the barren landscape of Scarborough. You'd think they'd at least make some effort to have an urban subway station. There's some buses rolling out. I wouldn't exactly describe this area as pedestrian friendly. Pedestrian hostile might be a better word. It looks like there's a kiss and go section over there. There's a bunch of taxis lined up. It's probably a passenger drop-off. And often when I record these videos, I have some idea as to what I'm doing. I've usually been there before, or at least researched it. But in this case, I have no idea what to expect. I think there's a large parking lot over that way. And according to Wikipedia, there's about 1,000 parking spots. So let's head into the station and look around. I'm sorry if I don't take the most efficient route exploring the grounds here. And I'm going to have to put my mask on as I will be heading indoors. And even though a lot of the restrictions are lifting by the end of the month, I think masking in transit will still be a thing. Ooh. There we go. How do I look? Smashing? Probably not. Is this really the main entrance? And it is eerily quiet. But apparently this is the 18th busiest station in the TTC. So we are here, which is the second last station on line 2, and then it connects to the RT, which will be dismantled next year and eventually replaced by a 3-stop subway that'll go from Kennedy, I think Shepherd, and Lawrence, and Scarborough Center will have stops, although not in that order. Maybe this is the main entrance off in this direction. So it was built in 1968. It is the second most eastern station on line 2. And at least during pre-pandemic times, it serves around 40,000 passengers a day. And prior to 1973, the buses and the subway trains were in separate fare-paid zones. But they've since been combined, and I think these are the bus bays I'm walking over right now. So it seems to be a multi-floor station. So this here would take us down to that pickup area I saw earlier. Well, this is all that is. That's a look, I think, to the north and to the south. There's a neat picture of the Scarborough Bluffs.
Please wash and sanitize your hands frequently and avoid touching your face. Please keep your nose, mouth, and chin.
So let's get a look at the bus platforms here, and I'll head over to the subway. So it's got kind of an old school bus terminal feel to it. There's the time and bus numbers. So I think there's 11 bus lines in total, plus some of them have different variations, like the 69B and 69A over here. And what I must say is an absolutely pathetic amount of seating for people here. We've got all this space and people just standing around and no benches. Maybe they cleared them out for the pandemic. If you know, let me know in the comments down below. There's a look at Warden and where I started, just across the street. And I think I saw public washrooms over there. That's a rare sight for the TTC. And these bus bays here aren't marked with anything, but there are buses down there. Maybe they're just using them as holding spots. Or, I know what's going on. So that is platform 6. I think that is also platform 6 behind it. Let's test that theory. So I'm guessing the bus would roll in here and maybe drop people off. And then continue north to this side to pick people up. Is that how it works? So Scarborough is kind of famously underserved by the subway system. And this is definitely an aging facility. There's some bus loading action. But other than a lack of seating, the station itself seems pretty adequate. There's a very large space over here for some reason. So I'll be looking to take a westbound train. And the sign just said every 3 minutes. Usually it says when exactly the next train is coming. Here comes an eastbound train, or rather northeast. So these folks will just be going one more stop. That train's going up to Kennedy. So I'll take them to Kennedy and Eglinton. Now we've got some timing. Next bus, 4 minutes, or next train, 4 minutes. So what I think I'll do is I'll cut the video here. Or maybe we'll go take a peek at if there's anything to see at the end of the platform. And then I'll snip the video and start it up again when the next train rolls in. But it certainly has a different feel and vibe to it than all the stations in Toronto proper, as well as most of them in Etobicoke. I think Islington's a bit tighter integrated into its surroundings, and Kipling is a much larger hub, so I guess that one's excused. What do you know? I didn't have to make any cuts after all.
Line 2, North Kipling.
Well, that worked out.
The next station is Victoria Park Station.
I'm not sure which side is the more interesting one. Oh. And that's a look towards the Taylor-Massey Creek where I just was. I just missed a train roaring by in the other direction.
Arriving at Victoria Park Station.
Line 2, North Kipling.
Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this tour of Warden Station. And then a one-stop subway ride from Warden to Victoria Park Station. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership in the description. There's also a link to PayPal and my Instagram at Johnny Strides. All right, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. As I remind myself one more thing, on the video I just recorded, this is the way I headed out through Teasdale Place. So if you want to see what it's like wandering out this way, you can find my video on the Taylor Massey Creek. And I'll see if I can link to that one in the description below. And I mean it this time, so thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay warm, and I'll catch you on the next one.